Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the goddamn internet. And today we're going to be talking about psionic assets. There's so many that we know of right now. We used to not know a single one. So things are happening. People are bringing in their opinions and thoughts and experience. And sometimes they clash with each other, right? And we got Jake Barber and his posse called the Sky Watchers. We got fucking Stephen Greer and all these whistleblowers. They've got a few psionic assets as well. And sometimes they clash with each other with the information, right? And it's all really interesting, and we're going to be checking it out. We're going to be taking a look at a few clips, and we're going to be analyzing this. And guys, with like every video, every time something new comes out, information, new story, we're going to be covering it. So make sure you subscribe, notifications on. We're trying to reach 500 subs. Comment, let me know what you think, and like to show support for this kind of content, and it shows me that there's support. And most of all, share this video. That helps the absolute most. But without further ado, get your snacks, get your popcorn, because we're going to be watching some insane shit. Stay till the end because the best parts are there. So enjoy.
A psionic person is someone with a predisposition for extral temporal, you could say, abilities and sensitivities. Someone who has a fantastic intuition.
What did you discover the psionics were being used for in the program?
In the program, there was certainly a desire to explore the idea that perhaps UAP could be summoned, could be communicated with, could be controlled, and could be persuaded to land, all by deploying people with psionic abilities to interface and communicate with the UAP.
And did you see that happen?
Yes, I did.
So there were people who were purportedly psionically gifted who were brought into the program?
Yes, there were.
Where did they come from?
They come from all over. They're not, and all over, I mean, from outside the United States as well as in.
And how are they detected? How are they picked?
You know, I don't really know. You'd have to ask somebody else.
I'm told that there are particular indigenous communities around the world, Native Americans, people in different third world countries, who apparently have enhanced psychic abilities that are recognized.
Sure. I think most people could grasp the idea that perhaps people that are from other cultures, you know, our culture leaves a lot to be desired when we look at the contaminants that exist in our food, contaminants that exist in our drugs, and contaminants in our culture. And some of these contaminants, it turns out, aren't great for your spirituality or your consciousness or your psionic abilities. And so those who live a particular lifestyle or live in a culture where they have a more natural or direct way of life with nature and their surroundings seem to, within those groups of people, there's a little bit higher demographic than there typically is for those with a psionic ability. So these people are sought out and are used to contribute to the research.
Okay, so if that is true, right, why aren't UFOs and eggs landing at every motherfucking hippie event, right? These people are so in tune with nature, right? But then you get Tim Taylor, who's like, he goes to all these places, the Vatican, NASA, and apparently he drinks a lot of water. I don't know if that has any connection, but it's been made that so that's a strong connection. And then Stephen Greer had a point that gay men see these things, and left-handed people, so weird shit like that, right? So it's very interesting to see what everyone thinks is a psionic asset. And especially the case with Barber, when he's one guy, Skywatcher, connected to an egg, and then another connection was made to that egg that was hostile, I think. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Firstly, we're recruiting psionics from Indonesia, a foreign country.
Yeah.
Are those people given, are they voluntarily going? Are they?
Yeah, it's my understanding they're very well taken care of. You have to think, and this is where the human trafficking idea was a very unfortunate turn in Michael's story.
Guys, what the fuck? That one whistleblower mentioned that kids and people are being trafficked using these weird technologies. And that was way back. I wonder if this is a piece that's connecting right now. I don't even fucking know. Let me know what you think. God damn.
Especially after my involvement with it, because now, oh great, now we got this guy that is at least somewhat indirectly informed that there's a human trafficking operation. And when we talk about human trafficking, we think of sex trade and all kinds of other things. And this is not it at all. It's my understanding that the programs that are conducted to recruit psionic assets in third world countries, these people come willingly. And if you were to go down there and try and liberate them with any type of, liberation army, you would be liberating people that don't want to be liberated. They get very well taken care of. They get fed. There's actually a sense of pride, especially within the Native American communities that have been involved in this program that do cooperate outside of CONUS as well. There's a sense of pride with this skill and ability. And so, again, this is another example of...
It must be so fun to be able to do this and then attract the attention of the US government. You get included, you get hired, you get put into all these programs and special research. Like your whole life is just turned upside down, and if they're paying you, you know it's good. So, well, I think it should and would be, right? I don't think they're just kidnapping people. Jesus, are they? But yeah, if they do it the right way, people get paid. They get to be part of this research, which is the next frontier, right? That would be so cool. Like, if you had this ability and you were given all these opportunities unexpectedly, right?
It's almost like we want there to be darkness in this area, and there is not darkness. And I'll tell you, by nature of my experience, as I shared, non-human intelligence itself does not operate that way. And so these people whose skills are nurtured are basking in a glow of light, I would assume, most of the time when they're doing their work.
For them, it's a very positive experience,
Very positive
engaging
experience.
spiritually with this phenomenon.
Yeah, that's what you say. They're basking in some divinely beautiful frequency in order to do the work properly.
Okay, so Indonesia, Jesus, guys, you guys are having it nice over there, right? I've seen videos and shit, documentaries. Isn't there so many smokers in Indonesia? Like, yeah, that's pretty much way still alive there. I know I am one, but over there it's like everyone. It's like the old days. I don't even know if you can smoke in movie theaters. Still there, but yeah, shit's crazy over there. Any Indonesia people here who can speak on this a little bit? But very interesting, specifically Indonesia, right? Yeah.
Mike, what kind of numbers are we talking about with these P3 beings? Are we talking 100 a month, thousands a year, 1,000 a year, or how many people are they collecting for this?
From what I understand, because these people, again, are human, right? So they're susceptible to, obviously, the adverse effects that come from operating this machinery, if you will, as well as the drugs that they flood them with. So they're flooding with serotonin and a bunch of other uppers because it also keeps them at a very high consciousness level. It's almost like somebody going through hospice who's dying of cancer. Well, they flood them with these similar drugs and they're feeling good. They don't feel like they're dying. So they partake in these programs because they feel good all the time until the inevitable happens, which is unfortunate. So,
And what is that?
well, obviously dying from the drug overdoses that they're doing with these uppers.
So there's a shelf life on these human beings.
Yes, there is. So that's why they have to continually keep refreshing the stock, if you will.
And
Now,
how long is that?
it expands from, I've heard instances where as soon as somebody gets hooked up to this machine, that they either die or some best case goes to a coma. Not everybody has this, but on the earlier stages of when they were refining this project of hooking people up to this advanced technology.
Is that like after a month, a year? Or?
I don't know the specifics of that. I think it just depends on what the person's threshold is directly.
So they're a disposable item.
Pretty much. That's why they call them assets or P3 assets
Right,
or pink
assets.
assets.
Okay, Jesus Christ. So these people are not on vacation. The US is kind of being fucked up with them, right? Assets that do not have a long shelf life. Like, they pump them full of these drugs that makes them feel so good to reach that state of consciousness, allegedly. And it's not maintainable. But do these beings or entities or whatever the fuck you want to call them that live at this high up in consciousness, is that heaven? Are you tapping into an angel? What the fuck is this, right? And then there should be the opposite, the lower points of consciousness and entities there. How the fuck does that work, right? It's all really interesting.